alive.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I'm over here digging through tables.
All right. All right. So, I'm just going to leave it on this map for right now, but so where we last left off, the party had gone out to the forest. You encountered some stray goblins along the way. You did discover that the poison seemingly had worked and knocked off quite a big number, or quite a large number of goblins in the area. You found the mass grave of goblins as well. Some of you decided to huff the dead goblin fumes, which was interesting.
That was like the kind spirit.
Yeah. And others decided not to. There was some semblance of funeral rites presented by your resident cleric, and shortly afterward, you decided to head back into town. Did I miss anything there?
Nope, I don't think so.
Mm,
Except
makes
we
sense to me.
sensed some evil presence approaching. That was the only other thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Something wicked this way comes.
We also met our new party member, Lux,
Mhm.
who shared that there is something that he unlocked or unleashed inside the mines, of which nobody knows what it is, and hopefully none of his compatriots up there have encountered such beast. But who knows?
And then the only other thing is that in your dealings with the goblins in the forest, they did make mention of a kind of a lead goblin or king of the goblins, as it were. I think Kai's character rolled high enough. Pretty sure.
Yep.
To know about Gark, who is the king amongst the goblins who resides in the Feywild, and they were, you could assume, probably under his command or control. And you didn't really get anything else other than that from the goblins, though, at least as far as I recall. So, where we're gonna pick up is you guys have just arrived back in town. I believe that's where you were headed. Keep me honest there.
Yep.
And if that's the case, and unless there's any pressing things you want to get to as soon as you get back, we can just do next day skip. So, next day, mid-morning type of scenario here.
I'll take that long rest.
Yep, go ahead and do a long rest if you need to. That's right. You got bullied by a goblin. I forgot about that.
Somebody took a lot of hits.
Didn't take a lot of hits. He just took a couple real strong hits.
Yeah, but I was fine.
Yeah.
Ish.
I'd like to roll. Let's see here. Determined tail. I'll let you know what that is in a second. You can continue while I roll this.
Okay. Yeah, mid-morning, you guys, do your morning routines, etc., and then I assume you're going to meet up at the bar because that's where you've been meeting up so far. And I'll let you pick up from there and kind of decide what route you want to go down.
Yeah. I think we should probably check in with the mayor, let him know what the status is and what's been accomplished so far.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
And then we can go take a look at the thing in the mines.
Yeah. I'm for that.
Very good.
Excellent.
All right. So you guys make your way over to kind of the mayor's manor. Similar setup as last time, right? There's definitely a heavier presence of guards. Some you recognize from the last time you were here. Some others are new to you, probably working in shifts, rotations, etc. But you make your way there. You are expected, so you are, you're granted entry all the way up into kind of the waiting room, as it were, and there you meet your friendly receptionist who bids you to take a seat, and the mayor will be with you shortly.
Yeah, I'm
Let me
gonna go
get a
up.
history check to see if
Yeah.
I remember her name.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what
You
her name
can.
is.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
7?
You do recall her name being Larissa.
Hey, Larissa, good morning. Is the mayor ready to see us?
He will be ready in just a few moments. If you'd like to take a seat, I'll let you know when he's ready.
Fantastic.
Ugh. How
And
does
then,
he? Yeah, I would ask
uh-huh.
her. How do you know when he's ready?
We have a very clever kind of pulley system that we've implemented where he can effectively pull a lever from his desk and it'll flip this little switch behind my table here, and it'll move from ready to not ready, or not ready to ready when he pulls the lever.
And so you just let him know someone's here with some other lever. But does he
Yep,
know it's
yep.
us though? Like, is there a special switch for us? We're pretty important.
There's no special switches for any of the mayor's guests.
Okay. All right.
Sounds like a job for prestidigitation.
Sounds, yeah.
Shoop. So a few moments go by, and without fail, she kind of looks up from her desk and tells you that the mayor is ready to see you.
All right.
This guy.
Thank you,
All right.
Larissa.
Thank you, Larissa.
Oh, you're welcome. As
Head
you
on
get into
in.
the mayor's office, again, he's kind of flanked by a guard on each side of him, and he stays seated as he welcomes you to the mayor's manor. I trust you have an update for me.
Yes,
We do.
I immediately take a seat if there's chairs.
There are chairs in
Okay.
front of his desk.
Ooh.
Yes.
I just take a seat.
Yeah.
Yep, Lux too.
Kick up my heels. So yeah, we do have an update for you. So we investigated how much damage has been done to goblins, and we've found mass graves. So a significant number have been hit. Earlier, we had estimated the goblins based off of some questioning to be somewhere around 200, and we believe that number to be reduced to, what was it, about 40? I'm trying to remember what we had figured out, 40 some 50.
Yeah, I think you've estimated around like between 40 and 60. Yeah, like pretty small numbers.
And on our way there and back, we've taken out what, maybe like 10, was that,
Mm-hmm.
or so? So, roughly 50. Let's estimate it 50 goblins to be left. And unfortunately, what Athelios discovered is that those roughly about 40 of them are traveling together, so it's not exactly something we can attack as our small group of adventurers. We would need a much larger force to engage them. But we did come up across a name of Grak, was it?
Gark.
Mm-hmm.
Gark.
Gark.
Who Athelios recalled is a goblin king from the Feywild. So this goblin band is associated in some way, shape, or form with them. Now, what we do know is they fell through some cracks, so they may not have direct contact with that Goblin King, but we're not clear.
See the mayor kind of lean back as you recall your previous adventure to him, and he kind of looks up and to the left a little bit as he ponders, and he goes, I'm no adventurer myself, but doesn't it seem out of place that goblins would dig a mass grave for other goblins? They don't seem like the spiritual type. Or
No, but they were dumped unceremoniously in a pile there. Now, what does concern me is we sensed a rather unholy presence approach us when we discovered those graves. When they were unearthed to the air and lungs of some, we noticed, we sensed that something bad was coming for it and for us. So we had to vacate that area in order to avoid it.
dark tidings indeed. Well, let me confer with my counselors, and if we decide to follow up on this report, we'll be sure to reach out if we need extra hands. But it sounds like the goblins have been reduced to a size where the city guard could probably take it from here.
They are at this moment weakened. So even the ones that weren't killed are rather ill. So if action were to be taken, I would recommend it to be sooner rather than later.
I'll take your counsel into consideration.
Great.
Uh,
We, I believe, will be setting out to assist Lux with his issue that you had recommended to us.
Oh, very good. Yes. Yeah, we did receive some reports from the Dwarven district. It does not sound like things are getting better there. In fact, they're getting quite troubling, based off what I've heard. I'd suggest you take the opportunity to prepare yourself in town, get whatever supplies you need. I think it's going to be a rough road ahead.
Well, nothing we can't handle, your mayorship.
It is
You see his eyes kind of light up as you call him by a title. Seems to have taken a liking to that.
Well, is there some other manner in which you or the town can assist us with Lux's issue?
Well, to be honest, we're spread relatively thin. I can't offer you more bodies, as it were. A lot of the city guard is, well, guarding the city, especially with reports of a band of 40 or so odd goblins roaming about the parts.
Understandable, but I was thinking not necessarily in terms of hands to fight alongside, but rather equipment or gold.
Well, we could potentially arrange something. We'd have to take a look at the budget. We spent a little bit more than we previously thought we would need to for some infrastructure for the library. Those were funds that were going to go toward protecting the city, but somehow those got redirected that way.
Very important. That's good stuff.
Now, potentially what we could set up is, once we clear out whatever occurred in the Dwarven district, that'll open our minds back up, and from there we should be able to help your party outfit themselves. But without the mines being active, it's hard to give up any resources right now.
In that case, when you discovered whatever entity was within the mines, did you perhaps have someone investigate from within the library as to what this entity might be?
Oh no, the first I've heard of it is when our dear friend Lux here showed up and pleaded his case to me. Now, like I said, I've received some reports. Some of his fellow dwarves have attempted to investigate, but they have not returned from the mine.
Not one,
Not a one.
not even injured. How many? If we were to go and search the mines, we'd want to make sure to hopefully recover them alive, and if not, bring solace to their families and give them the ceremony that they deserve to ease their passing.
I don't have an exact number for you, but the captain of the guard up in the Dwarven district, his name is Aldor Bronzebeard. You would probably want to sync up with him once you get up there, and he should be able to fill you in with some additional information. He's going to be closest to the matter. I'm somewhat removed.
Aldor Bronzebeard, you say? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think we'll ask him, as well as maybe briefly make a stop in at the library zoo.
Yeah, but we could see if what was your character's name? I already forgot.
Aldor Bronzebeard.
No,
Doug's old character.
Doug's old character. See if he knows anything about
That's
something
kind of
he
what I was
read.
thinking,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I also would like to do a little ritual on your. Well, we can discuss that later, but yeah, I think hitting up the library sounds like a great plan.
Athelios, Lux.
I'm in.
Well, I don't know too much about the scholarly stuff, but yeah,
Well,
I'll
we have
be
other
ready to
people in
aid
this.
with whatever I can.
All right, sounds like we have a plan, Mayor.
Very good. I expect nothing short of good things from you guys. He looks each and every one of you in the eye, except for Athelios, and basically says his farewells and good lucks to you.
Awesome.
And out we go.
Out we go. So, I was looking through my spell book, and I realized I have this ritual here. It's called Comprehend Languages. Now, I looked at your sword before, and I couldn't quite place the runes. But if you give me a little look, maybe I can get a little more insight of anything on the sword, with a little bit more.
Oh yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Little 10-minute ritual.
Can we perform that at the library?
Yeah,
and at
yeah,
the
absolutely.
same time.
Yeah, it was just I was just bringing it up.
Yeah, let's hit the stacks. That's what the cool kids say, right?
Yeah, go see Lothar.
Very good. Yeah, so you make your way to the library. It is pretty much, nothing too much has changed here. Maybe some new growth here and there, but nothing out of the ordinary from what you've seen, historically. It being a living library and all of that. And yeah, you just walk in. You're all obviously welcome, and you are greeted toward the front by what you can assume to be, just like an assistant to the library. Zoo, you recognize them immediately, and they call out to you in a joyful manner. Zoo, you're back.
Hello, you. What's their name?
Their name is NPC1.
Okay. Hello,
Being
Mr.
added
NPC. Yeah, we're just looking. Do you know where Lothar is?
They you see them kind of grimace almost, and they say he's probably in his study. He's been in there for, it seems like, days now.
And does anyone check on him? Anybody bring him food or anything?
Oh no, he is he's wished to be, left alone while he conducts his studies on whatever he's looking into.
All right. Well, he's an old friend. I'll go check on him. Does this library have like a card catalog or anything? Or
Index of
like an
sorts?
index, like if as it expands, like, or can I just ask someone where can I find this book? Because I know it's always growing and moving, but how do we know where a new book would be?
Or
Like,
is
do we
there
just-
an oracle?
Yeah.
If I recall
as-
correctly, the workers were supposed to catalog books as they found them.
Yeah, so it's kind of a double-edged effort, right? So you have people who tend to the library who do their best to, organize the books.
Mhm.
The library itself tends to organize it as well through whatever magical means it's utilizing.
Bamboo
So-
magic.
Yeah. So typically if you're looking for a specific subject or, a specific period of time, it's all kind of cataloged in the same location.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, gonna go check on Lothar.
Cool.
Go up to the study, give his door a knock, and like, hey, buddy, you okay in there?
Yeah, so the door opens by itself, and there you see Lothar behind a desk with piles of books and scrolls and inks and quills just kind of strewn about the place.
And how does it smell?
It smells, maybe somewhat musty, but mostly just like a library, like an
Okay.
old library,
Okay.
You can give me a perception check if you would like.
Yeah, I could do that. Perception. A 6.
Nice. So as you enter the study, you do realize that what used to be kind of a faint bluish glow to Lothar's eyes is now completely opaque. So it's just where his eyes are, it's almost just like a complete blue sphere.
What is he doing exactly right now? So he's sitting at the desk, but what is he doing? Is he trying to read?
It would appear as though he is reading.
Okay. Lothar, how are your eyes doing? Can you see?
You don't see his eyes or head really move that much, but he does kind of call out to you, Zoo.
Hey,
It's been a while. How did the goblin adventure go?
well,
He
I'd
kind
say
of starts standing up and making his way around the desk and over toward you.
yeah, I'd say it went pretty well. It worked pretty well. There was a mass grave of goblins, a lot of poison goblins. We killed some poison goblins. There's probably about 50 left. So that's, ridding them with 75% in one go without any death on our side is pretty good.
A victory of victories, as it were.
Yeah.
Kind of clasps you on the shoulder, and if you had any writing or insignia on your shell, it is whisked away.
Oh, it's smeared. Okay. Well, yeah. So, but we have a new person that we met up with. He's a cleric. His name is Lux. And he is apparently chosen to draw a certain sword from a stone. He was able to remove the stone from the ground with a sword in it. And he claims there's some kind of creature in the mines now. We're just wondering if you know about any stories of a sword that is in the mines to be drawn, kind of
Or
creature,
historical
yeah,
document.
or where we could
Or
go
if
to
you could-
look for it in the library.
Or if you could see what kind of magic is bound to the sword. 'Cause if I remember correctly, you're very skilled with magic.
Are you all there, or is it just Zoo?
I
think
thought
we're
we
all
were
there.
all going.
Oh, I thought it was just Thass.
I mean,
I-
the three of us are friends of Lothar.
Yep.
We grew up with him. So.
Anyone who wants to be there can be there. I just need to know because it's gonna change
something.
the response.
Yeah, I am definitely there. I don't have anything better to do.
Insert character name here in canned NPC response.
Yeah. I'll say Lux is in there.
Okay. So you see Lothar, he's a half elf. He kind of almost looks like he kind of cocks his head to the side as he appears to be looking directly at you, Lux. Says, "A sword and a stone, huh?" And he kind of you almost see him grin as he says it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My Grandma always said I was the chosen one, so I went ahead and gave it a little elbow grease, and sword didn't come out like I thought it would, and I'm gonna pull it out and kind of sit it on the ground. Well, not set it on the ground, but like
yeah.
a big chunky end on the ground, handle up.
Lothar kind of looked this club sword up and down for a moment. He goes, honestly, a sword and a stone, a chosen one, a dark evil, and a mine. These aren't, no offense, here, but these aren't unique tales. You can look at almost any book in the library and find a reference to a hero or a chosen one or a dark evil in a mine somewhere.
But I mean, this is quite close regionally. I mean, is there any historical documents regarding, the mines and that particular section of our town?
Nothing that fits the description of a big evil. You're going to run into some creatures in every mine, if you dig down far enough, but typically if it's something truly catastrophic, it would have been recorded. I don't know of any such tales. That's not to say that there aren't any. I just don't know about them.
Well, Zoo had the idea of performing a ritual to better understand the ruins, magic them or something. And perhaps we could glean some information as a starting point there. If not about the creature, then about this sword.
It's not a terrible idea. I would urge caution if you believe that there's something truly evil afoot. Those are magics you don't want to be too cavalier with.
Well, we may have already uncorked that particular bottle of wine.
Yes.
He kind of puts his hand on his head.
I won't say anything that I see on it out loud. I think we'll be good then. I'll just keep it mentally and paraphrase.
Stick all the bad thoughts down inside. Don't let them out. Rule number 1.
Well, we would then maybe need a more secure area. Perhaps Sam, the blacksmith, could assist us.
He does have that nice underground cavern.
And he might know something about it, seeing as he's, well, quite a fanatic.
You had me at blacksmith and you sold me at underground.
The other thing,
he actually doesn't have an underground thing. I don't know.
Oh, just an above ground blacksmith.
He's just a normal blacksmith. There's no weird stuff happening at his blacksmith.
Yeah, there's nothing unusual about it.
But he's cool. He's a cool blacksmith.
You said the quiet part loud, Lothar, and the loud part quiet.
He said what he said.
Well, On a separate topic, Lothar,
Maybe a basement.
we came across the name Gark, and Athelios recognized him as Goblin King in the Feyland. Is
Hmm.
there any information that the library might have on him? Because I have a uncomfortable feeling that those goblins' association with him, it might come up again. If not the Goblin King directly, then perhaps some of his minions.
Well, there's quite a bit of information on Gark in the library. You're free to browse. Obviously, don't take anything with you unless you leave something, of course. But I can kind of give you the synopsis here of Gark is the king of the goblins who resides in the Feywild. It's not surprising that Athelios recalls the name. However, how large of a threat does a Gark pose? It's pretty minor in the grand scheme of things. There's a reason the other inhabitants of the Feywild don't. They're not super afraid of Gark. Let's put it that way. Now, is he a menace? Could he cause them damage? Sure, but
Worst
So in
comes to worst,
comparison,
we stop Gark.
what was that?
Worst comes to worst, do you think we can stop Gark?
You alone?
Well, us 5 as a team.
Not likely.
and us as a town and with guards and all.
More likely. I
But as
listen.
you said, with damage.
Certainly with damage. And there's. I would find it hard to imagine why somebody like Gark would want to leave what little of a kingdom he has.
That makes sense. Don't poke the bear is what you're saying.
The risk of any kind of expansion on his part would be met with a horrible ferocity from the other denizens of the Feywild, first and foremost. Second off, leaving the Feywild,
non-trivial.
It is non-trivial and dangerous at best.
And on top of that, he'd probably leave what he has in the Feywild very vulnerable.
Right. And if I know anything about goblinoids, orcs, etc., is when there's a power vacuum, it gets filled.
Okay. We'll set him aside.
So that's why
then.
Roombas fill up so fast.
Haha. Nice.
Sorry.
Then
Didn't mean to cut you off there.
should we go to Sam and investigate this weapon?
Yeah. Do we want to
At the
do
same
that
time, we can grab equipment.
and do
If we need anything.
do the ritual there then?
I think so. It might be a little safer.
Okay.
How dangerous could reading some runes be?
I don't know how dangerous can it be to pull a sword out of a stone. Oh, I mean the stone out of the mountain.
Well, to be fair, pulling the sword from the stone was a good idea. It was the rest of my plan that kind of got me into this pickle.
It was pulling the stone with the sword, as it were.
I'm gonna pipe up. Yeah, well, you see Lothar's blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That happened because of a few runes on a gate.
Oh. It's a hell of a gate.
It was a hell of a gate. Just ask Lothar.
For now, I'm going to call your sword.
We have to worry about.
As far as I know, the runes on the gate only left a lasting effect on Lothar, and I don't think it will progress any farther than it has.
All right, fair enough. To this Sam fellow then.
Yes.
Oh, hey, did we get paid for that job?
Sure didn't.
Well, weren't we supposed to get paid on return?
Tell me.
Because we got paid half up front, and we were supposed to get paid the rest when we came back, right?
We need a guild.
It had been so long that I had forgotten what.
I
we were
forgot
promised.
to. I just wanted to
Doug
do it for
was
the
just going to slide that one through with some courier bringing us our gold.
good of the town, you know.
It could happen.
Yeah, let's go see Sam.
Sure. Yeah, you make your way to Sam's place. Pretty typical looking blacksmith shop. You see him kind of working outside in the front, banging something on an anvil. He greets you warmly as you approach. You are on very good terms with Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Zoot, Athelios.
And
How's
this is
your-
luck, Sam.
How's your hammer treating you? It's a hammer, right? He has a big old hammer.
Got big old hammer.
How's it treating you?
Kind of slings it over his shoulder. That was good, about as good as any other day, really. Best hammer in the lands. That's what
Yeah.
they say.
I'll
Hell of
start
a
saying
hammer.
it, yeah. Well, this is Lux, is a new member of our party. He recently came in from the Dwarven Mines, and he has this runic sword that's stuck in a stone. Just wondering if you have any input on it, or any insight on what's up with this sword.
We think it's called cork because, reasons.
I'll pull the sword off my back and hand it over to Sam.
Yeah, he takes it. He kind of looks it over for a little bit. Well, there's clearly some markings on it. I couldn't begin to tell you what they mean or what language they're in. I'm a simple blacksmith, as it were. I don't know too much about runic magic. The blade appears to be well crafted. If it weren't stuck in the stone, I'm sure it'd be something pretty remarkable.
Mm-hmm. That's it's about my read on it too. Anything you've any chance you've got anything that'll take stone off a sword?
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Stone out, it'll buff right out.
He kind of, moves his giant freaking hammer on his shoulder. He goes, sure, there are ways to remove stone.
All
I
right.
can't guarantee you the safety of your blade, however.
Oh, I'm sure the blade will be a-okay. It made it this long.
He kind of shrugs and he goes, "Oh, if you're sure," and he kind of beckons you to take a few paces back from the blade that is now laying flat on the ground.
I go, whoa, 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 whoa.
Wait, it's his sword. It's his sword, though.
I'm gonna
It
let
is his
whatever.
sword, but the runes. We were gonna do that thing.
Oh yeah. Hey, Sam, should I read what the runes say before you strike it?
Well, I mean that kind of depends on the nature of the runes, probably.
Well, we don't know the nature until I read it. There, I'm gonna read it. So
Okay,
give me 10 minutes.
Yeah, pick it up, put it on the table.
Let's give him 10 minutes.
I have to be touching the sword. It allows me to so if it's just runes, I won't be able to read the runes. But if the runes actually are a language of some sort, it will translate. That's how it works. It is not pasting for you.
It's gonna.
Are you
Ritually casting.
taking the sword inside? Or are you doing it here out in the open?
I think I'm fine doing either. Anybody else have any thoughts on it?
I mean, in my mind, you're doing it right in front of the blacksmith shop right
Yes.
now.
Sounds good to me.
I think should we pop inside the blacksmith shop?
Sure.
Yeah,
Behind closed doors.
yeah. Sam, he opens the doors to his shop and beckons you all in. He clears some space off of basically like a working table in the center of the shop, and he kind of stands back. He very much has no idea the outcome or anything of what you're about to do.
Yeah. So I'm just touching it, rubbing it a little bit, and just trying to be like, tell me your secrets.
No.
Guys,
then after
I think
10
it's
minutes,
There's
I
no
can,
lube involved, is there?
no, just a little oil.
Oh.
I think we're changing its name from cork to butt plug.
no.
I'm changing it from cork to plug. We don't need the butt part. That's assumed.
I start to see if it's a language on there.
Okay. So during this 10 minutes, does anybody else want to do anything?
I'm just gonna tell Sam. I think it'll say "Don't dead open inside."
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Sam if he has any new interesting weapons that he's made.
Well, I have been working on some stuff, but ever since I stopped getting shipments from the mines, it's been pretty slow going on the old blacksmithing front.
That's what this is related to, Sam. This is whatever is within the mines was unleashed by this sword uncorking.
Seem kind of tilt his head a little bit. Unleashed? That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, no.
I'm paying
probably
very
not.
careful attention to the spell being cast, but I'm going to look over my shoulder and shout, "It is not good."
Do you have any thrown or projectile weapons?
He doesn't really seem to listen to that question. He goes, how not good are we talking here?
You chipper.
Well,
When
that's
I
what we're
said
aiming to find out.
So let me get this straight. You brought in a sword to my shop that was blocking something really not good, and now you're trying to decipher what the runes say on this mystery weapon in the middle of my shop.
Zoo is, yes, absolutely.
Well, we could move to a safer location.
It's about at this time that Zoo will now make a willpower saving roll.
It's saving willpower. Are you saying wisdom or con?
Sorry, wisdom. Different.
Okay.
Different game in my head.
Yeah. Well, here we go.
Woo!
19.
Well,
wasn't the one that was on the screen earlier.
So as you get about, kind of toward the end of your ritual cast, you can't be sure, but you think you start to see the runes that you can see on the blade, I should say. They almost liquefy and they start moving and trying to what appear to be forming some other symbol on the blade. It is happening very slowly though, and only you see it.
Oh. Well, I'm going to stop.
And then, sorry, there is a second part to that.
Okay.
As this is occurring, you get kind of an uneasy feeling like you're being watched.
Okay.
This is a Eye of Mordor situation here.
Like, I don't think you have hair on the back of your neck being a turtle.
No, I shaved.
But if you did, it would be raised up. Maybe a better way to put it is you get kind of an urge to go into your shell.
Yeah. I'm going to stop and I'm going to share these feelings with my friends. And I'll let them know, hey, All right. I think I was getting really close for it to tell me something, but stuff started moving on the sword, and I felt like I was being watched by something, so I thought it was prudent to stop. I can do this again, but I'm just letting you know. Well, what do you think?
Do you
Like-
still feel like you're being watched?
Yeah, do I still feel like I'm getting watched?
You don't, but it is important to know that to you, the runes, they stopped moving right when you stopped concentrating on the spell. So to you, they're in a different placement than everyone else. Everyone else sees the original runes on the blade.
We don't
So-
we don't see any movement like you described. They're just
Yeah, I'm
in the same spot.
not getting that vibe.
All right. So I start panicking a little bit. I'm like, and I start going around like grabbing people. I'm like, look in my eyes. Is there anything in my eyes?
Just a crazed look.
Is there anything? Do I got it? I can't go blind. Colors everything to me.
So to everyone, there's a panicked turtle just losing his shit at you.
Cover the windows quick. Is my dark vision
Slowly
still here?
darting around.
Yeah.
What's that?
No, I'm like, shut the windows quick. Does my dark vision still work? I'm like freaking out that I'm now seeing things.
For all intents and purposes, everything seems normal.
All right. Well,
Uh,
I can continue if you want me to. The runes are not like, what do you? So I point at like one of the runes that I see. I'm like, does this look like a upside down triangle or whatever? I try to describe the room and I see. And I'm like, does this look like this here? And I'm assuming everybody sees something different where I'm pointing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like okay. So the blade has for me moved, but to you it's all the same. I promise you. I feel like it's being watched, but I can continue if you don't, if you feel okay about it. But I'm letting you know that things were getting weird as the ritual was concluding.
I'm gonna trust your judgment on this one.
Well, I'm asking
Because
for
we are in over my head.
Sam. This
I'm
is
gonna
your
pull
shop.
Sam aside. I'm gonna pull Sam aside and whisper to him, if we ask the new guy, and I'm gonna, shake my head towards him. If we ask him to stay outside, we take this downstairs.
He looks pretty uneasy about that suggestion, but you could probably convince him.
Okay.
Persuasion.
I'm gonna
But you pulled him to the
try
side.
and persuade him. Oh nope.
Hey, just gonna put this out there. You should direct people to Thass for persuasion.
Or your bard. Excuse me.
Bard.
Well,
You
Too
know,
late now.
someone with a +3 or more charisma
Okay.
score.
No, it's better this way. He always persuaded.
I'm gonna say, well, it looks like I'm not convincing you, and I'm gonna wave over the zoo.
I want you to understand something, Athelios. You didn't just fail to convince him. You catastrophically failed to
You made
convince him.
him so scared and paranoid. You
True,
made it
but a
worse.
bard may be able to do something better.
What's the problem here? Or now, what's the problem with what's up?
I think I may have just
So
scared
Lux,
this man.
you begin to see the rest of your party kind of huddling on one side of the room, whispering to Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And Thass, you see this as well.
Thought
Hey,
it was a bitch.
What's going on?
I'm gonna leave them to it because I know I'm still kind of new, and this seems like something they don't want me to hear.
But I'm
From
gonna
the-
also wave over at Thass.
Just
Pretty
a
rude,
moment,
but-
Be like,
Lux.
just
It's
a moment, Lux. We need to talk about something real quick.
God.
I think Athelios just did something stupid again.
Listen,
Just like when he
Listen.
threatened the mayor
What
before.
are we whispering about?
And I'm gonna leave
you
Lux at
threatened
that
the
one.
mayor one time, and
I feel like a dick being over here and just cutting out Lux. What's up?
Yeah, that was the one thing from last session, just as a tirade here, is somebody was like, yeah, the mayor's kind of a dick. And in my head, I was like, your party threatened his life, I think, like 3 times. So
Listen, I threatened him once.
Look,
It
the
was a mistaken.
I need to distance myself here. The party did not threaten the mayor. There was one person who said something and threatened the mayor, and the rest of us who went, no.
I'm pretty
no.
sure there were some other sideways comments from other individuals.
No.
No. No, do not cast aspersions.
anyway,
so I waved over the other 2 people.
so Lux, are you like leaving the shop, or are you just staying put?
Can I chill? Yeah, I'll just step outside.
All right.
There's not one.
Light up a pipe.
Pretty rude, guys.
Yeah.
Pretty rude.
Like, Lux is a little sad.
Okay. All right.
We swore an oath. Okay, we swore an oath to Sam not to reveal this room that Lothar's revealed.
All right.
So I feel like I'm.
Sam,
I feel like I'm being
Lothar
more.
kind of let the cat out of the bag about an underground room under your shop, which is why we were gonna come here for a more secure location. If you catch my drift there.
Sam doesn't seem to care too much about the exposure of his basement. He just looks terrified and can't stop staring at the blade on the table in the middle of the room.
Sam, can we get you to calm down just a little bit here? I'm gonna try and
Can I also help you? Help him calm down.
You can. You certainly can.
I'm gonna. At this point, I'm just gonna be
What?
just
I'm gonna
walk
try.
away.
I'm gonna try singing a little tune and being like, "It's okay. It's okay."
Do I get to roll with advantage?
No, you get a little bardic inspiration.
Well, if you're assisting him,
It'll-
you do get advantage,
Oh, yeah.
which I'm assuming you're going to want to use.
Yep.
Yes.
And then you get a D. Bardic inspiration. D6.
Is that a D6?
Yeah. Oh,
Damn.
So a 21.
It takes you surprisingly longer than you may have anticipated, but you do finally get him to calm down and be able to be coherent with you once again. He was pretty shaken up by whatever was told to him.
by Athelios, probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Everything's. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you were told. It'll all be okay. We don't have to do it here if you don't want us to, but we think it's the safest location in the area, and it's just kind of equipped to handle, I'm assuming, explosive force.
Sam, I need you to listen very
His eyes kind of widen, and he goes, "Explosive?"
I don't know.
Sam,
No,
Sam, hang on. Remember,
The bard's making it worse.
you are listening to Athelios,
Wait a minute. No,
which is
Russell's made it worse before.
All of you stop. Just stop. Take a deep breath, Sam. Remember, Athelios says things that comes to his mind. There is no filter. There is no consideration. It pops into his head and it pops out of his mouth. Remember that.
I understand, but this
pipe
guy
out,
just
I'm
looked
a-
at the runes and now he's saying it's going to explode.
I'm not saying it's going to
I'm a
explode. I'm
fighter,
saying
not a fuck.
in case, like it seems like the safest place. You know, I don't know what it's going to do. I can't read the runes yet, but it just seems like this. I look at your hammer and I look at that room that you built and the way you're able to control the magic, and I'm like, this room is powerful. This guy's powerful. He is able to build things that handles magic. And then I take out my
This guy knows
me.
where his towel's at.
Yeah, I pull out my rapier. I think that's what's enhanced. And I'm like, look at this. You did this. and you weren't scared of magic. I'm saying that worst case it could be is probably explosion, because in my mind that's the worst it could be. Worst case it could be explosion, but I think you stood up to magic before and then harnessed it, and I think you can do it, and I think you made a room that can do it, but won't do it unless you want to, or it would allow us to.
He lets out a deep breath and his shoulders kind of slump, but he ends up agreeing with you. It is probably the safest place to do it.
So, and
where else could we do it?
Certainly not in the middle of nowhere where we'd be most vulnerable.
All right, he kind of walks over to the hidden hatch and pulls it open, exposing the ladder, etc., etc.
Shall we grab Lux?
Can we bring Lux down?
Yeah, let's bring Lux.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab Lux. I'm gonna apologize for the secrecy, but we were sworn by Sam not to tell anybody about this. But Lothar already told you about it, so here we go.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. Yep. Let's go to the basement then.
All right. You guys make your way down into the sub levels of the blacksmith. Lux, it being your first time and having no previous historical knowledge of this place in any way, shape, or form, is a cavernous, kind of like open concept blacksmith almost, with a giant pool of what you can assume to be at this point of just raw magic kind of pooled up in the middle of the room. You see a bunch of different like pipes and
it used to be bigger,
and other pieces of like metal construction to kind of funnel and filter this liquid, this raw essence of magic in and out.
Now this is what I call a blacksmith.
Yeah, he kind of seems to kind of take it all in for the first time again. He goes, it did take quite a bit of work. Thankfully, we had the expert craftsmanship of the dwarven clans to help out with a lot of the pipe work here.
Oh yeah, running a pipe through solid stone is not easy.
Nope. It is really hard. He kind of motions,
and I'm gonna like elbow him a couple times. It's underground, which is way better. Don't you just feel more secure, cozy, even?
Yeah. You see him kind of look up at all of the stalactites at the top of this cavern. Maybe a little bit worried based off of what he's been told in the previous 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Secure. Mm-hmm. Safe. You see him kind of waddle over to where he's not directly under one of them.
Yeah. So I'd like to position myself kind of far from the liquid, if possible, if there's some room away from the liquid, and not under a stalagmite.
I'm gonna ready the dodge action.
Sure.
Oh my god. Yeah. And so I just.
I'm gonna cast Bless on the party.
I think you can select 3 people. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm. Not myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Other 3 party members. Just in case. I'm gonna get my shield out and stand in front of Sam.
Sure. All right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start my ritual.
All right. You begin your ritual again. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
What does Bless give me?
An extra D8.
Okay.
I believe.
And towards the end of his ritual, I'd like to cast Divine Sense.
Oh.
Okay. Well, Bless, right? D8.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
I think it's a good
D4.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Oh, he's gonna take some damage.
8.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything while Zeus sets up his ritual?
Nope.
And I switched to my rapier and shield.
Sure. All right. So as you begin to focus on these runes once again, it takes 6-7 minutes once again, but you start to see these runes, kind of take on a more liquid state. They start moving around again. It's at this time that you start to feel that presence again, albeit much stronger this time.
Mm-hmm.
And in parallel, Thass, you activate Divine Sense, and you will also make a Wisdom saving throw.
I regret my actions. Trying to find this stupid divine sense so I can figure that out later. And
it's all good. If you use it more than like 4, yeah.
All right. You said a wisdom saving throw?
If you could, yeah.
That's with a D4?
You also get a D4, yes.
Just to be safe.
23.
So as you kind of open your senses up to the divine and otherwise, you, even with your steadfast, devotion to whatever you hold dear, you are forcibly pushed back away from this blade. You take no damage, nothing happens, but you involuntarily begin moving away from the blade.
Oof. Do I get any inkling to the type of entity that is related to this or power behind this?
Undead.
Ooh.
You can stop yourself. Like, you're not running in fear or anything.
You feel the pressure and
yeah.
Now, is it emanating from the blade, or is it from all around us, like an outside?
Or is it from Zoo?
Or is it from Zoo?
It takes you a moment to actually pinpoint this because it doesn't seem to be static. At first you think it's emanating from the blade, but as you kind of, for lack of a better term here, as you look closer, it's almost like it's encircled around the blade, but not the blade itself.
The blade is, I don't know a quicker way of saying this. The blade is tainted. Stop.
What's it tainted with?
Undead. Undeath.
Oh, I got something for this, and I'm gonna channel divinity, turn undead.
Sure.
I don't know if that's gonna do anything, but hey, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay, so as you channel divinity, you feel a presence, but it is not afraid of you. And it's at this time that the sequence of events, Russell now fails his wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
The rest of the party, you see 2 giant what appear to be onyx spikes erupt from the earth, impaling Zoo and just holding him in the middle of the air. Zoo, you have no reaction, nothing. You actually take 0
reaction. Oh, it's 0 damage.
No. You take 0 damage.
Nice.
But the rest of the party sees this and it looks horrific.
So doesn't look like these spikes like broke through the doesn't look like it stabbed through the shell, or does it look more like they're like shadow spikes?
Like shadow spikes
Okay.
almost, yeah.
Does it stop the ritual? So I didn't take damage. Does it interrupt the ritual?
You are no longer focused on anything
Okay.
in the material plane.
Okay. So I'm just hanging out. Well, what do I see? Am I like conscious?
I'm gonna explain it,
sorry,
but I want to see if there are reactions first.
Yep.
Is it? Is there like a clear way that we could like lift him off the spikes? Are they crossed in such a way that like there's not one good direction?
Make a perception check.
That I can do. Perception. Ow. 12.
With a 12, they look to have impaled him in such a manner that if they were physical in nature, you could probably lift him off of them. But they don't seem to be physically there.
I'm gonna divine smite his fucking
Gotcha.
shadow spikes.
And I'm gonna cast light.
Before they do that, can I do an Arcana check on the spikes to see if I can recall them from like the Fey realm?
You can, yeah. So I'll say this is kind of happening simultaneously.
Oh, dang it! I assume I don't recall anything with an 8.
You do not recall a damn thing.
Okay.
A light spell lights up the map.
Oh yeah.
Dope.
So what does light do? Is it just it provides light?
Just light things up. Yep.
Hell yeah.
I see shadow magic. I apply light.
Yep, I see.
And then I believe Thass, were you taking an action?
Yeah, I was gonna sweep my my weapon across the spikes and cast divine smite.
I'm gonna do a rare thing and have you do that, but it won't cost you a spell slot because it's not gonna have any effect on this.
Gotcha.
So don't use any spell slots for this one because that would suck.
Yeah.
But you do it. You still do it in character. You channel, your divine energy into your weapon and sweep it across these apparitions that appear to be spikes. And it simply goes right through it. You don't even see it break or seem to be moved or affected by your weapon.
Like they're not even there.
Almost like they're not even there. Russell.
Yeah, what's up?
As you, in your mind, finish this ritual, the runes finally stop moving. You still don't comprehend them, but as you kind of trace them in your mind's eye, as you said before, the next thing you know, you are in just pitch black.
Oh, my dark vision doesn't work here.
Your dark vision does not work here.
Oh.
So you're in pitch black.
I've gone blind.
Am I in
Gained
pain?
the terrified condition.
Am I in pain? Am I cold? Like other senses? Do I?
So
hear
you can.
anything? Yeah.
Yes. So pitch black. You can hear a slight movement of water around you. You hear it dripping down. As you kind of move your limbs to ensure that you're in fact still alive, you realize you're standing in a very shallow pool of water. Almost think like upside down.
Yep. Okay. I will call out, hello?
As you do so, your voice seems to echo seemingly forever. But after what you think is a moment or two, you see lights begin to flicker on, and they kind of create almost like a runway, like a path for you to follow. These lights are blue flames that kind of flicker on in sequence, leading you down a path.
Can I do a religion check to kind of recall, like, so I'm just thinking, like, lights went out, darkness, lights go to a certain direction. Just a religion check of how people have described dying.
You can, yeah.
It's like an episode of Bleach up in here. Somebody's tongue-tied.
And so I'm just like, and does bless take effect inside here?
You are no longer affected by
Okay.
bless.
You are no longer blessed.
So
You're too
21,
stressed to be blessed.
21 religion check. So just trying to recall, stories of dying.
So you kind of recall numerous stories. You play them back through your head. There's some stories that might indicate that this could be an afterlife, but nothing lines up 1-to-1. And for example, you still feel a pulse, right? There's no active wounds on you. Everything seems normal except for your location.
Okay. Well, I'll follow the path put before me.
All right. So you begin walking down this path. The rest of the party, are you wanting to take any actions?
Yeah, I want to tackle him off of the spikes if possible.
Sure.
Running start.
Make an athletics roll for that.
And I'm still blessed.
You are still blessed for now. Yeah. All right.
That's not an Eddie one.
So you you take a pace back, you steel yourself, and you take a running leap at Zoo's impaled body. You make contact with it.
Turtle.
Zoo, make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. What?
7.
Okay.
Does my body have bless?
Nope.
Okay.
So, Zoo, as you begin walking down this path in pitch black, with only these small torches kind of illuminating your way, you suddenly find yourself being tackled into this shallow pool of water. Thass, you are now in the same environment that I described to Zoo earlier, and you have tackled him into a pool of water.
Do we see each other?
You do not. You do see each other. You are illuminated enough by the lights in here.
And do we look like ourselves?
You appear to look exactly like you would expect you to look. Yes.
Oh, Thass. It's pretty dark in here. I was just following following the lights.
What light? Oh, I think I've made things worse.
The rest of the party, you see more of these shadowy spikes seem to just form instantaneously and impale Thass as he embraces Zoo in midair.
That's not good. Sam, hammer. I'm gonna hold my hand out.
He will shakily hand you the hammer.
And I'm gonna grab his hammer and smash the fuck out of the rock on the sword, and go, "No, bad sword, down. You put them down."
What's up?
Make a
I'm doing.
what even what? Just give me like a strength roll, I guess.
I have a Warhammer martial melee attack.
Oh, you do. Attack roll.
Well, you hit it. Yeah, roll to hit. We'll do it this way.
Oh God,
I
that
thought
one
you said
rolled
that wrong.
for it on there.
24.
All right. So you kind of, move this hammer back. You kind of, cock it behind you, and then with all of your might, you swing out at this boulder because it's the biggest part of the sword that you can hit. Oddly, when you hit it, it's like hitting a tree with a baseball bat. You feel both of your arms just start reverberating, and the sword does not move an inch.
That's not good. I'm gonna put Sam's hammer down on the table next to my sword, and I'm gonna pick up the sword and try and hit Sam's hammer with the sword.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
That's my last good idea, so.
Natty one.
That's gonna be a 4.
Well, not quite. Okay. As this is happening, Athelios, are you attempting to do anything? All right. So you.
Hold on. I hit the wrong button. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell Sam to stay here, and I'm gonna run for Lothar.
Okay.
I feel like that's my only option. I don't know what's going on at all, and I'm not about to get impaled by shadows.
There's literally only one person I can bring. And he turns out to be the perfect person for the job.
Yeah.
Okay. So Thass and Zoo. Yeah, Thass, you have tackled Zoo into the water. You've kind of looked around you for more or less, and you see the same path laid out before you.
I say, this sounds like it. I haven't heard of any story of this being death, so I'm just curious what's at the end of the path,
No, I think this is related to whatever spell has been cast. So, Zoo, you were hit by some shadow spikes when you were casting your ritual, and
For
you were,
comprehend languages?
I don't think it was your spell that caused this. There's some undead thing that has contaminated or sheathed or tainted that sword. Some presence. And I think it's related to that. And I only felt it when your ritual was finishing up. So probably that presence that you felt. But I don't know where we are.
I don't see
This is
another.
anything like the afterlife.
Yeah, I don't see another direction to go. I'm going to put my hand down on the ground and just lick my fingers to verify it's water in front of Thass.
I'll grab his hand and be like, let's not eat anything or drink anything.
Okay.
Realms.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what it was, if it's water or not.
Aggressively getting worse.
Smell it?
Oh yeah, that's probably better. I smell the water, or what I think is water.
Give me a perception check.
Can do.
We lost somebody.
Man, these threes tonight. 6.
A little better.
It doesn't smell like water, but you don't know what it smells like.
It doesn't smell like iron either.
I slowly begin to bring my fingers to my mouth again. Doesn't
No.
smell like water. Doesn't smell like water.
No. No.
Okay. Okay, fine. I don't know what that is though. I can't tell you. My tongue could probably tell
Toddler.
you. I don't know what it is. What am I stepping in? I guess. Do you want to just keep walking that way? Are these fires like little torches? Or what you it said lights, but what am I looking at here?
Okay, little wisps.
Yeah, they're more like magic flames.
I go to reach my hand out to one of the magic flames.
Okay. Are you trying to like grab the fire, or
I'm getting
Sometimes
slowly
children need
closer to see if it gets warmer.
it is getting warmer? Yes.
Okay. I think that's real fire.
You can assume that it's probably real enough fire.
Yeah. You know what? Do you think this is a dream?
Zoo, all I know is that our bodies are in the real world.
Yeah, but
as
if we
far as
take
I know.
damage, do you think we take damage for real?
If this is, we've been hit by mental attacks before. We've been hit by all kinds of spells before. I would assume that we should be careful of taking any damage, especially if we can feel things, right?
Okay, yeah. That's a good point.
If we have any type of senses, we probably will take some hurt, if
Yeah.
not death.
Well,
Let's just assume that from the get-go. So no touchy, no drinky, no just
Picky,
All right,
picky,
I just-
picky.
I just have a lot of questions, and I'm trying to answer the easy ones, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What does it taste like, you know?
Can I lick the science? Can I lick the magic?
Is this in my mind? Does it taste whatever I want it to taste like?
Oh, strawberry astral too.
I'm good to keep walking, though, if you want to keep walking.
all right. Well, what does that voice in the back of my head say about this path? Is it like do I still get that feeling of like existential dread of the undead? Like divine sense? Because it lasts a bit.
You definitely have a sense of dread, and it is a weird sensation. Overall, dread, but not everything around you is evil.
All right. I'm gonna tell you this right now, Zoo. My God is sending me signals that there's something dreadful here, but this is not a bad place. But there's something bad here.
Yeah, I kind of put together that maybe this isn't good.
Do we have our weapons? Or are we just turtle in a shell, turtle without shell?
No, you have everything.
Why
You have
would I not
everything.
A turtle and a half shell.
Yeah, you have everything you had previously.
All right, I pull out my mandolin. Is that something in my back? My viol. I heard there's pretty good echoing in here, and I'll silently play it.
I love bards in D&D. I was like, I pull out my hammer and great axe and shield and bow, and I pull out my lute.
Zoo starts singing, I set fire.
Yeah, and I just begin playing my viol, and I really like the kind of echoey effect it's kind of doing. I try to play with the echo.
Not your gong.
No, that would sound terrible in here.
From Halo.
right. So as you make your way down this path, it eventually starts. You eventually step out of whatever liquid you were in and onto a stone path, and the walls seem to be closing in on you as you progress down this pathway.
Like the walls are getting skinnier, or the walls are actively closing in on us?
Like they're funneling us, kind of.
Yeah, like
getting
the walls
smaller
aren't
as they're
moving,
closer.
right?
Okay.
You're going down a path, and the walls are getting closer to you as you.
Is there a ceiling? Is that also
There may be, but you can't see the ceiling.
okay? Well, I guess we keep walking.
All right. So eventually, you come across the body of your new friend Lux.
Ah. Check a pulse.
Do be careful.
Is alive.
I'm not sure if that's Lux or not.
I'm not
mean,
sure either.
When I tackled you, I appeared next to you, right? So wouldn't it follow that if Lux came to us, he would be here the same way I appeared?
Maybe, but maybe you get dropped in. So you actively grabbed my body, so maybe it just zapped you into wherever I was. And he just got zapped in wherever because he did something too.
Give me a perception check as you come up to this body.
Am I still blessed?
Oh my god.
No, you are not.
He was cursed.
Yeah. So Thass rolled a 14. Okay. So Athelios, as Lux rolled a nat 1 on his saving throw, this is right before you run out sprinting toward the library. Kind of the same thing happens where you see these shadowy apparitions suddenly appear. Unlike Zoo and Thass, however, these spikes slam and then pin him up against a wall, and you visibly see blood splatter from behind him, kind of painting the wall.
The gray wall and wanted
I'm not
painted
proficient in
red.
medicine. I don't know what to do here.
What you do is make it worse.
Zoo, you see absolutely nothing because apparently you're a blind turtle.
Yeah.
Thass, as you come up to this body, slumped over on the ground, you see a big blood splatter kind of on the wall above him. But what's more interesting somehow is the blood isn't following the general laws of gravity and dripping down the wall. It's getting funneled deeper into this pathway.
I don't like where that's going. I mean, let's go with a theme here. We dropped into water. It's a reflection. Perhaps this is a reflection of reality.
little bit
I don't know enough
abstract.
about other realms. But you know what? I'm gonna cast something holy on him, and we'll find out what happens. I'm gonna lay on hands.
Sure. How many points are you giving him?
I'm gonna drop 10.
All right. Lux, you are brought to 10 hit points. You find yourself waking up in what you might assume to be the afterlife initially. But you do see your two friends, Zoo and Thass, standing above you. Thass's hands are currently glowing with this golden divine energy as you feel your life being brought back to you. And give me a perception check as you wake up. Thank God that looked like a 1 for a second to me. I was like, well,
where am I?
it takes you a moment to calibrate, but within 5-10 seconds of being seemingly brought back to life, you recognize the area you're in as the Dwarven Caves. Or the mines, I should say.
How did we get all the way to the caves?
Excuse me, what?
What?
Oh, we're down in the mines right now. How the heck did we get here?
Was there an area where the walls were closing in like shrinkage and there was a pool in the before that?
I don't remember those features in particular, but the rest of the layout is dead onto the mines. Doug, I'm assuming that's right.
So
Yeah, you have a kind of a dwarven sensibility about these things, right? Like as surface dwellers can decipher and pattern recognition landmarks like a weird tree or a weird outcropping of boulders. You kind of have the same sensibilities but underground, right? Being a dwarf. And you recognize via pattern recognition, right? Like unique features that you've only seen in the mines in the Dwarven lands.
Yeah, and I'm assuming the water and the fire are all new.
Those are new, yes. Sorry, I should have been a little bit more specific there.
Is his blood still flowing away from him or up or wherever it's going?
It is. He has not realized this yet, though, because he is not facing the wall as he talks to you, I assume.
Yeah, I'm going to slowly get to my feet and take a proper look around.
Yeah, so everything that I have said up to this point, you are now in character knowing of that. You do see, whether it's by looking around or it's pointed out to you, that there's two blood, like one bigger, but it's really two blood splatters on the wall right above you where you were laying down, and all the blood is trickling sideways deeper into the mine system.
And running back through my head, is that roughly the direction that I got the sword from?
I thought you were going to ask if that's normal. I was like, are you kidding me? Oh, that's what I was.
Yeah, there's a reason we call them the sideways blood mines.
The old sidewinder blood mine.
Well, that's not ideal. But I have an idea, and I'm going to pull out a thing of holy water from my priest pack, and I'm going to pour that into the blood.
As you do that, so you there's enough light to see that the holy water follows the typical laws of gravity. It drips down the wall of the cave onto the floor. It does not seem to interact with the blood.
I'm going to take a bit of cloth from my pack, even hell from my bedroll, and I'm just gonna, mop up some of that blood, try and swipe it away. No blood magic is good magic. Whatever's happening here, no.
You are able to blot up some of the blood in a weird turn of events. As you kind of blot the blood from the wall of the cave, you see it actually kind of form little globules and start drifting down from the cloth through the air down into the mine system.
So, Lux, how did you get here? What was the last thing that you did?
Well, I tried to hit the hammer since.
I'm sorry, you tried to hit the hammer?
Well, I tried to hit the sword with the hammer, and then that didn't work. So I put the hammer down and was going to hit the sword on the hammer, see if that was more effective. And as soon as I picked up the sword, it all went dark. So this is the afterlife, right?
So we're dead, right?
Let's not jump to conclusions. Possibly, but let's not jump to conclusions.
If you were bleeding, do you think you'd bleed if you were dead? If you were a spirit?
That's a great question that we never really covered that in preschool.
Do ghosts bleed?
Can I make a religion check?
You can make a religion check, yes.
Worst priest.
I'm going to step away for just a second.
11?
So you're pretty well versed in religion generally, and everything you see around you doesn't line up with anything you've read in any religious text.
Well, that's good.
No,
This
that's-
doesn't line up with anything I've heard of.
It's also bad. It's also very bad.
Well, it's better than being dead.
Well, shall we continue? I don't know what
Yeah.
to do.
I
Well,
kinda feel
before
like
we
should
do-
eat the blood wherever it's trying to go.
You said eat the blood?
Yeah, you two stand on back. I'm gonna
Taste
try
the
something. And I'm gonna cast Flaming Spear,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna use that to try and dry out / burn away the blood.
Oh, okay. It will effectively, I guess, dry out the blood. I don't know
Beautiful.
how blood interacts with fire, so
It would probably burn, blacken, flake, and then turn to ash.
that's what happens. Whatever would happen normally is what happens.
Beautiful. All right, blood taken care of. Oh right, I'm not in a great way. Hang on a second. I'm gonna put my hand on my own chest and healing word myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, 4 hit points.
Nice. Really good.
Nailed it. Well, that'll have to do for now. All right, onward and upward, gents.
So Athelios, you see what I described earlier. He gets slammed against the wall, blood splatter. You have seen people die before, and Lux looks like he dies for 10 seconds, and then you kind of see his body convulse, and this golden energy kind of radiate out from him momentarily, and you see his chest start, heaving as he begins breathing again. Still
Okay.
completely dead to the world, but alive.
And then I see his wounds heal.
You can assume that they heal.
A smidgen.
Okay.
He's not actively bleeding out, if that's what you're asking.
'Tis but a scratch.
It's a flesh wound. Your arm's off.
knowing
No, it's not.
Come back here. I'll
Oh,
bite your legs off.
man.
I've had
Yeah.
worse.
You liar.
Shoot.
Go on, you pansy. I love that scene.
Oh goodness.
God, I love
So,
when you look
can I
down
make a logical assumption that whatever is happening to them, there's something else happening deeper, possibly in another realm?
You cannot make
In
that
my mind?
assumption.
Okay.
All you know is they started this ritual, and then one after another, they have interacted with this blade and have all been impaled either gently or violently by these shadowy apparition tendrils.
Okay.
Sam is like catatonic. He has no idea what's happening.
I'm gonna go up to Sam
Oh boy.
and
Oh God.
I'm gonna say
I push him into the blade.
no. I'm gonna try to get him out of his shell, for lack of a better word, shell shock. Uh, am I successful in doing so?
Well, let's do a persuasion roll and find out.
Oh boy. Whoo, 21, baby.
You can generally bring him back enough to give him like 1 to 2 word commands, but he is freaking out. Sam is a skilled blacksmith and magic smith to some degree. An adventurer he is not.
Okay, I'm gonna say get Lothar and push him towards the ladder.
Yeah. He kind of stumbles, but begins sprinting that direction. You
Okay.
assume.
I'm gonna do a stupid thing because I'm not a smart fighter,
Most fighters aren't.
and I'm gonna go over to where Lux is pinned to the wall, and I'm gonna just grab his shoulders.
Yeah. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
6.
Nice.
7.
Oh, your
I
alt
don't know
system
why.
sucks.
I'll
tell you that right
not a
now.
natty 1. Hey, if this were a dex saving throw, I got you in spades. I got a +6 to dex.
So as the three of you settle on pressing forward through this mine system, seemingly out of nowhere, Lux, you begin to find it very difficult to advance forward. Not like it's not hesitation, it's not fear. It's like a physical force in your way.
You fellas feeling that? Where you can't move forward?
Yeah,
They do not.
Oh.
No.
What are you
hey,
feeling?
Hang on a sec, fellas. Well, you see, when I try and go like this, I try and move forward and don't. I don't move forward.
Do you need the elf to toss you?
I don't think it's a traction issue.
As you finish that sentence, it's not like Athelios like phases in or materializes. He is suddenly just there, actively pushing against your shoulders.
Link.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Athelios, where'd you come from?
Athelios, you are now in the same situation as the rest of the party. Everything that I've described thus far.
Okay, so there's lights around us. There's blackness, pavement now, and not water. Correct.
Correct.
Okay, I'd be like, I'm gonna make eye contact with Lex. I'm gonna go, thank God you're alive. And then I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna notice Zoo and Thass. I'm like, you guys are here too. Holy crap. Okay, what's going on here? 1, 2, I saw you die.
I'm gonna grab
know
his
you
shoulders
tried, Lex.
and seriously look at him and say, "We're on our way to the afterlife."
Make a persuasion check. If you are actively trying to convince him, you can.
Apparently, I'm not trying very hard.
Am I convinced?
You would need. What's the check for that?
Insight.
That would be insight.
Yeah, you can make an insight.
Yeah, persuasion
check.
or
Wisdom.
deception for me would be.
Another wisdom roll.
Oh my god.
Oh, I am terrified.
You have been told you're on your way to the afterlife,
Stick
and
with
you
us.
believe him.
Stick with us.
Well, it was a good run while I had it.
Yes.
I wish I could have gotten that fucking mayor back for being a bitch.
So Athelios, just a quick question. I tried to tackle Zoo. What happened after that?
Well, you see, I snapped Sam out of his. Well, let me just say this. He was drooling, one, and I saw terror in his eyes. And so I snapped him out of that, and sent him to go get Lothar, which he sprinted out of here to get Lothar, I assume. But then I went over and figured whatever was happening to you, I might as well join in, and I grabbed Lux by the shoulders.
Well, we died.
So, right now I'm gonna pinch the bridge of my nose. So you thought that the best course of action, instead of maybe figuring out something externally, was to join us in whatever this trap was?
Look, all I saw was you try to tackle Zoo, which you failed at, by the way. And then I saw Lux smash the ever living shit out of the sword with a hammer, with a very, very big hammer, and it did nothing. And then I saw Lux pick the sword up,
spikes.
and he got pinned by the spikes. So I figured, well, I'm not touching the sword, so probably wouldn't get damaged by it. So I went ahead and just grabbed Lux, like you tackled Zoo, but with less force, to see if there's any way that you guys something was happening to you in a different plane of existence or something. I don't know. Maybe you died and you need help. So I grabbed him.
So you thought, like a lemming, that you too would die?
Yeah, go out with honor.
I'm gonna walk up behind him, kind of pat him on the shoulder, and go, you know, they don't make him as brave as you these days. Now, when we fight death, here's what you need to know. You really want to go for the eyes. Also, his left knee is weak, so you really want to get in there and
Okay, I got a bunch of pokey things. I got arrows too.
Well, he's a
Wait
skeleton.
a minute.
So...
I have arrows. We take our stuff with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, you have everything you had.
I am on the voyage of the damned.
That's why they put the coins over your eyes. They didn't come across. Well,
Interesting.
what would the point be?
I always thought when you died, you kind of felt lifeless, but you started breathing again.
We're not dead. You're just dumb.
Yeah, so
They
the
both start with
biggest,
D, but they're different words.
the biggest difference of what happened is when Russell was impaled, or when Zoo was impaled, when Thass was impaled, it was not violent in the sense of like you didn't see any like physical harm come to them. When Lux was impaled, you saw blood splatter as he was, thrown against the blacksmith shop, or not shop, but cavern wall.
So could I make a reasonable assumption that or could my character make an assumption that the weapon is what hurt him?
No.
No reasonable assumption that was the case.
Well, what do you mean by the weapon hurt him?
Well, the act of him touching the weapon, the physical thing that we were trying to interact with.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's certainly the cause of what happened.
Would be different from me touching another person.
Oh, are you asking if there's a difference between touching a person afflicted or the weapon itself?
Yeah, could my character make a logical step, but not incorrectly, of course, make an incorrect logical step that touching a person afflicted was different than touching the main source of the...
I mean, you can You can think that if you'd like. You could make a Arcana check, I guess.
You can always just do a straight up intelligence.
It certainly
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
be a common
Yeah,
sense
let's just
check.
let's just do a straight up intelligence check. And if I roll low enough, does my character just assume that touching a human would be safe rather than the weapon?
I mean, yeah, with a 7, you could logically come to that conclusion, I suppose.
Okay, that's gonna be my logical standpoint. I thought I was safe.
Just like you died.
Critical question. Given that the sword is mine, and I died with it on hand, do I have my weapon?
Does he have the club?
Oh, that's a very good point.
Or does he take the last weapon he had?
do
How
not
dare you
have-
introduce a paradox?
You do not have. No, you do not have that weapon.
All right, I'm gonna toss him my longsword and be like, "Here, I don't really use this anyway."
Thanks, lad.
So what are you gonna do if you need to hurt someone, Sue? Are you just gonna hit them with your mandolin?
Oh no, I
Well,
go in.
He's gonna convince them to donate everything they have to the library. He's what he's gonna do.
If people get in melee range of me, I have an ability.
Gonna turtle up, guys.
See ya.
I'm just gonna play from within my shell.
Yeah. No, I can concentrate.
This is an
from within my
outside the shell problem.
I cast something and then I just retreat into my shell. My armor class
It's
becomes
gonna
like
be-
23 or some crap.
Gonna be a natural amplifier and just
Mario's just gonna come and
radiate
grab
sound.
you and fucking yeet you into a hole.
Yeah. I'll need the sword back
Shield of Faith can
eventually,
get that up to
but
25.
I think the sword is more useful in his hands.
Oh, almost assuredly so. Okay, so you all find yourself in this mine system.
Okay, to be clear, does my character is my character still convinced that they're dead? Because
Yeah.
Zoo convinced me that I was dead.
I said no. I
And
said
then-
we're on our way to the afterlife. Is I think. Oh.
Yep.
Different
That
words,
did not
bro.
convince me that I was in fact alive. So I am still assuming that I'm dead.
Yeah, you are, as far as you believe, you are on your way to the afterlife.
Okay.
God,
I mean, really are all of us on our way to the afterlife in one way or another?
And on that note, yeah, it's not a lie specifically.
It's just
Oh, so that I'll just strike up kind of a somber tune on my viol. Continue on.
Haul the Mountain King's slowest possible speed.
you just had to tell him we were dead.
But we are dead.
Alright, so you continue down this this mine shaft, and Lux, you realize, you're the only one who does realize, you're the only person who's ever been here in the party. You are in a direct course toward where you removed the sword and the stone. And I don't mean sword in the stone, I mean sword and the stone.
I've told the crew that already, yeah?
No, you just
maybe not.
observed
You just
it.
said we're in the mine. We're like,
We're in the mine. Yeah, that's all you had
Gotcha.
said.
Hey, fellas, I think we're headed towards where I got that sword from. It's just right down that mine shaft.
All right. Well, remember that if that's where you got it from, whatever it unsealed might be there too.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll keep an eye out for any good boulders we can use to plug that hole back up.
oh,
I don't think that's how that works.
Well, no, we'll get
I-
a big
I don't-
boulder.
I don't really know anything about magic, Lux, but I know that does not work.
but that can't be right. All right. You continue on down the mine shaft, and lo and behold, eventually you come across what appears to be kind of like a natural end to the mine shaft itself. But upon a little bit of inspection, you realize that it was more than likely sealed at some point in time, save for a medium-sized chunk of boulder that has been removed in front of you. And through this passageway is nothing but darkness. There are no light sources whatsoever. If you have dark vision, it does not work.
Oh.
Well, let me give this a try. Light cantrip?
Is light something that you can move, or is it a point in like?
I think you light something up.
Touch one object.
Yeah, you apply it to an object.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are you applying it to?
The holy symbol on the front of my shield.
That's smart. Okay. You concentrate this light source onto the symbol on your shield, and you're able to see like 10 feet in front of you at most. And as far as you can tell, it's just more mine shaft beyond this point. Fast as you come up to this kind of entryway into the next segment of the mine shaft, your divine sense, we'll just say, is still going. All of the evil kind of energy that you were feeling before seems to all be focused on this one location. So whereas before it was kind of spread out and nebulous kind of all around you potentially, it is now all focused into this one area.
And I'm going to relay that and tell them, I think before we go any further, we need to take a vote on whether we continue on or not. And Athelios, you don't get a vote, which allows us to have 3 votes for so it won't be a tie.
Well, I don't see.
Unless
Yeah.
someone abstains.
Oh, I don't know what other direction we can go.
That's where I'm at too.
Hey, do I have a couple of those flare arrows left? I think I got like 3 of them.
If you got them, then yeah, you have them.
Okay. So while they're casting their vote, I'm gonna with my with my fighter stupidity, I'm just gonna light up one of those flares and just shoot it down the fucking tunnel.
Sure. You do so. Make a perception roll.
Perception. 5. I need to change these dice. Yeah, these dice.
Can you go get your girlfriend and have her roll for you, please? This is
I'm gonna change the dice right now.
Yeah. It appears to be, from what you can tell, more mine shaft. It just keeps going deeper.
He's going. Okay, 3D
Yeah.
dice settings. Oh, jeez. We'll go with old brimstone. Test
All right.
roll.
I'm a freaking goof. Why did I build this
Dave?
character like this? Okay. Continue. Sorry.
Save changes. Okay.
So as you guys are casting your vote, Athelios launches this flare arrow down the mine shaft, and as the rest of the party kind of waits expectantly, like, what did you see? Athelios kind of turns to the party and goes, "More mine shaft down there."
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Did you see any splits or anything, or just a shaft?
It just
Okay.
continues down in a single lane.
Well, I don't think we are. Are you? So, Thasser, what are you proposing is a short rest?
I wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm gonna look at Lux.
He still looks pretty beat up. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some of my blood is still inside.
Well, I have a couple of these treats. Okay, +2. Each of these treats give 2 temporary hit points. Oh my God.
Also,
Well,
They're
Zoo,
cookies.
here's the thing,
don't
fellas.
try and taste the darkness.
How's all of our armor? What AC does everybody have?
17.
What's AC?
My armor class is 17 of shell, you know? Just natural shell.
I have chainmail.
Is that 16?
16.
16.
I have
Nice.
16, and I have light armor on. I think. Let's see. No, I have scale mail. I have medium armor. So, if
I
you
can Sanctuary or Shield of Faith somebody. I think we should just go through the whole, keep going down the path.
Okay.
You don't want to rest and recover?
Well, I guess a rest would be pretty clutch. A short rest, though.
Oh, we're in a deep dark cave underground. It feels like. Should we do a long rest?
No.
No. No.
And
You know how I
why
am
not?
with
You're
those.
dead. You're dead anyways.
Yeah,
right?
we're dead anyways. We should just take a nap here.
Oh.
Hey,
No
Athelios,
hurry.
not to break a fourth or fifth wall, but isn't that how your other character died?
Yeah, that's exactly my point.
We can't get multiversal here yet. Okay, this is the second session. Chill out.
Yeah, short rest sounds great.
Okay. So you all kind of hunker down for a short rest. You can go ahead and take the short rest
All right. So there's
action.
2 things that happen on a short rest with a bard. One is you get Song of Rest, so you get an extra D6 of hit points. Plus, I have this little feat chef special, cook food, which gives you an extra. If you eat some of my snacks, I give you an extra D8 of healing as well.
So wait, did you say when you say you, do you mean you as in your character gets a D6 or
As part of your short rest, you can
everyone?
cook special food for up to 6 creatures.
Well, no, I meant in terms of the
What's your question? I don't understand.
in terms of the you were saying when you take a short rest you get Song of Rest and you get a D6 in HP.
Everyone in our party can take
Okay,
a D6
that's-
and a D8 of extra rest.
That's cool.
Ooh.
So you don't have to roll hit dice if you don't want to. Or if you don't.
But these are not temporary hit points. They're
No,
just
I have 2 little snacks here, and I pull out some cookies. Each of these give you 2 temporary hit points.
Each of these gives you temporary hit points, guys. He said in character.
Yeah. These make you feel a little bit better about yourself. I made these cookies this morning. I always have them. You just have to ask, and give you 2 temporary hit points.
They must
These
be hot
cookies are so
'cause I
good.
don't understand what he's saying.
He'll literally stave off death.
So the short rest occurs, and at this point we need to make a decision of how long do you want to go, or if you want to take a pause and pick up next session before you enter this next phase.
It's kind of a good transition point, to be honest.
Yeah, let's take a
Because-
pause.
I don't think I can go for a huge amount tonight further because I mean I obviously still have work in the morning.
I'm also open to, because these sessions are a little bit shorter, than our main campaign, or our other campaign, I should say. I'm open to doing it weekly, but that's up to everyone, not just me.
I would be down with that personally, just because it's easy enough for me.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah, like my Wednesdays don't change week over week. So
Yeah.
like if you want to do it weekly, we can do that.
Let me double check on my. I'll get back to you by Friday. Let me double check.
Yeah. So Russell, you're the only one who's maybe there.
Yeah, just because it's a lot of
I
D&D
need
stuff.
Yeah, I need to check in with Megan.
That's fine. Just let me know. Yeah, like by Friday or over the weekend at the latest, so that I can, prep if we're gonna roll again next week,
good.
right?
that's
Otherwise, yeah,
fine.
we can stop there and then we'll pick it up either next Wednesday or the Wednesday after.
Yes, as we continue to our death.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, our march towards oblivion.
Yeah, and I'll get these abilities fixed so that they actually link to something in chat. This is annoying.
Yeah, that'd be helpful. Just so I know what things are.
Yep.
Doing.
I also would like to note that the fight option, I have no ability to equip an item in the little fight mechanic that you have.
Drag it to the weapons that you want to use to the boxes above your character. Those are loadouts. So you can have like a sword and shield in one loadout, and it'll change your abilities. And then you can quickly swap your loadout. And then also right below that is your save skills and tools.
Okay, cool. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, it adds more abilities to your bar depending on your loadout. Like if you put 2 daggers, like one in your main hand and offhand, it'll give you a bonus action like attack with your offhand. It's pretty cool.
Huh, okay, cool.
Awesome. Well,
I really wish I bought 2 daggers from Sam now.
let's pause there. I need to grab at least a quick snack, but I'd be down to play a little bit of League tonight if people.
I'd be down for a little bit too. I'm gonna make like a couple of eggs real quick. So
yeah.
I got Wendy's on its way.